7 reasons empty nesters are leaving King County, Washington, and I guarantee you haven't thought about number 4. I've been a realtor in this area for over 22 years, and I've heard every single one of these from my own clients. Empty nesters are leaving King County in growing numbers, and it's not hard to understand why. The kids are grown, the house feels too big, the taxes keep climbing, and honestly, the gray skies get a little harder to handle every year. But there's more to this story than just cost and weather. Let me walk you through the 7 reasons that I hear from my clients, and I think a few of these will resonate with you, even if you haven't admitted them out loud yet. Reason number 1, property taxes. I hear this from almost every single client. King County property taxes have been climbing steadily for years, and they show no sign of stopping. If you've owned your home for 20 or 30 years, I'm sure you're shocked at what you are now paying in taxes. And even with senior exemptions available, many empty nesters I talk to are paying more in property taxes than they'd pay for an entire year of rent in a smaller Washington town. That money could be funding your retirement, your travel, your hobbies, time with grandkids. Instead, it's going to the county every single April. Reason number 2, the maintenance. When you bought this house, you had a full house, kids running around, the yard got used. Now you're paying to heat and cool and maintain rooms that you haven't stepped into in months. The water heater needs replacing, the roof is 15 years old, the deck that needs resealing. Every one of these is a check you write, and every one of them is money that could be in your pocket. I had a client recently tell me, Karen, I feel like my house owns me instead of the other way around. That really stuck with me because she's right. And it doesn't have to be that way. Reason number 3, the cost of everything. Groceries, gas, dining out, healthcare. King County, Washington is expensive across the board. Washington has no income tax, which is great, but the sales tax and gas tax hit you every single day. When you move to a smaller town in Washington, or especially out of state, your everyday costs drop significantly. Not just your housing, everything. And for retirees on a fixed income, that difference adds up with real quality of life changes. If this list is starting to sound familiar, you're not alone. I'm Karen Jackson with John L. Scott Real Estate, and I specialize in exactly this, helping empty nesters and retirees transition out of King County to something more simpler and affordable. Hit subscribe and the bell, and if you have a reason that I didn't list, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Reason number 4, and this is the one that surprised me when I first started hearing it, loneliness in a big house. Nobody talks about this, but I hear it all the time from clients. The kids are gone, maybe a spouse has passed, and now you're rattling around in a 4-bedroom house where every room reminds you of the people who aren't there anymore. Moving to a smaller place, especially in a community with people in your same season of life, can completely change how you feel. It's not about the square footage, it's about the connection and the purpose. Waving at a neighbor who's also out walking their dog in the morning. That sounds so nice to me. And I hear it from clients after they've moved. They wish they've done it sooner. Reason number 5, traffic and congestion. If you live in Renton, Kent, or Auburn, you already know the freeways are worse than ever. Running a simple errand can take 45 minutes each way. When you move to a smaller town, everything is 10 minutes away, maybe even walking distance. The grocery store, the doctor, the pharmacy, that's not a luxury. That's a daily quality of life difference that adds up over years. Reason number 6, and I say this as someone who was born and raised here in the Seattle area, the gray. After a certain point, it starts to wear on you. I'm a summer girl and I love the heat, so I feel this one personally. I always say Washington is the best place if it just had a little more sun. Some of my clients move to Eastern Washington where it's sunnier. Some go to Idaho, Arizona, or Tennessee. But even moving from a rainy corner of King County to a sunnier spot in the same state can make a real difference in your mood and energy. And last but not least, reason number 7, which might be the most important one, freedom. Freedom from the mortgage, freedom from the to-do list, freedom to pick up and visit your grandkids without worrying about who's watering the plants or mowing the lawn. That's what moving gives you. Not less, but more. More time, more choices, and more mornings where you wake up and the day is yours. I hear this from every single client who makes the move. They didn't lose their home, they got their life back. So 7 reasons. Maybe one of them hit you. Maybe all 7 did. If you're feeling the pull to leave King County, trust that feeling. You don't have to figure it out alone. I put together a free guide called The Empty Nester's Guide to Leaving King County. It walks you through the financial and emotional side of the decision step by step. The link is in the description. And if you want to talk through your situation, drop a comment or send me a message. I read every single one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.